Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be going over all the books that I read in the month of February. I have my phone here because I always will I just be forgetting stuff. So for right now, I'm like, let me have my notes because I will forget something. But I started off with wanting to read 6 books because my goal is 75. So at least 6 books per month should get me on, keep me on track for my goal for the year. I literally only read 2 of those books out of the 6. I kind of went crazy just reading books on Kindle Unlimited. I kind of just went crazy. A couple of them, I started a third book of my TBR that I had, but I couldn't finish it. Yeah, kind of crazy, right? So I ended up. Hold on, I don't even know if I counted how many books I actually read. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Ooh, okay. So I read 9 books this month. So not bad. Had 6 minimum that I wanted to read. Went to 9. That's great. Only read two from the list that I had, and I just added 6 others that I was reading on Kindle Unlimited. Actually, I feel like I messed that up because let me go to my actual like Fable account. One, two, three, four, five, six, no, it was 8. Oh, I got it. Guys, okay. I read 8 books. I thought I was, there's a small chance I'll read 9 books because I'm in the middle of another one, but honestly, I'm probably not going to finish it. I don't know. We'll see if I finish it um by tomorrow because I have until Saturday actually. So honestly, it could work. I'm just filming this early because here's the thing. So I had 6 books, fine, and I kind of went on a little reading roll. And I was just reading, and then the last week I was like, I'm tired of reading like romance books, and I just didn't want to read. But I had a couple books that I did want to finish, so like let me finish that. But there's like no rush, right? But I know I'll finish it. So then one of them though that I was in the midst of, I'm like, it's no big deal if I don't finish it by the end of this month. So I'm like, I could finish it by Saturday, or I could not. So we're just gonna go with what we have right now. These 8 that I finished, possibly a ninth one. But yeah, 6 of those were all added later. And it's just funny. I just was on my Kindle this month, like so much, and it was actually kind of great. But let's start in order. Um, yeah, let's start in order because I'm just reading from my Fable, so I remember the ratings that I gave them. So I'll start from the beginning of the month. So the beginning of the month, I started with Local Woman Missing, and that was for one of my book clubs, and I gave that 3 stars. Oh my gosh, this book, ooh, was getting on my nerves. Okay, so basically it comes down to it's just like people in a neighborhood and they all have like secrets that you don't know, which can be very true in a neighborhood, right? You don't really know what's going behind closed doors. But like everybody was literally the worst. All adults were the worst, did not care. And it just when it came down to like how like what happened, like why that one went missing and this child, like it really just irritated me so much. Like and I did not like the writing style. There was like some unnecessary stuff to me in there where I felt like the author was probably trying to like shed light on a topic, but like the way it went around, it was extreme. So yeah, it was just an okay book. Like the twist, I kind of saw coming, but not like I was just like, oh, so that's really what it was. But I like kind of already suspected the person, so it was just okay. I could have given it lower, but I was like 3 stars. Like it's fine. Like ugh, the ending was the ending. When I tell you the last few pages was like it ended so abruptly. I didn't like that. Then I went into a book on my Kindle Unlimited called The Air He Breathes. Rated that one 2.75. So like the beginning of the month was not going great because that one was also irritating me so much. Basically it's like a story where I think, trying to show like people grieving the loss of a spouse and like there's chance for love again. Basically, so like, okay, it's gonna be an emotional book, but it's gonna still be good, hopefully. It just everything about it was so absurd to me. Like the way the two main characters interacted. it was just weird. Like there was a scene in the book where they didn't really know each other, but I can't remember if she was like she wasn't following him. They're in a small town, by the way, but it's like they bump into each other a lot because they're in a small town, and she just feels for him because she like I whatever. But he was like, "Oh, you're staring at me. Like, why are you staring and following me and all this stuff?" And she's like getting on him, like, "Why are you being so rude? Like, no one's doing that." And then he kisses her. Excuse me, that does not happen in real life. That really just irritated me so much, and it just went all downhill from there. But anyway, the third book I read was called Most Eligible. So that was the second book that I did want to read that month. So I did finish that, gave it 3.5. It was pretty average. I didn't like hate it. It was overall pretty good. I liked it because anything to do with like reality show, like it was basically kind of going off like The Bachelor franchise, but like showing behind the scenes, like that's always a fun time to me. I think the main girl was just annoying me a little bit too much. How she was just so pressed for the love interest. Um, when he was the one night stand, I don't know, like I just don't. That's a little bit unbelievable for me, but maybe that happens to people. That just was annoying me a little bit. But other than that, like it was fine. Like it was okay. Then I went into another book by Katie Ryan called Long Shot. And well, I should say another book. I said it like that because I'm thinking I ended up reading two books of hers this month, but I wasn't planning on it. But basically, I was like, let me try another Katie Ryan book. And this is like sports romance vibes, I thought. So I was like, let me pick it up. Long Shot, right? It's really not about sports at all. I mean, there is a sports element because the guy is a basketball player and there's things involved with that, but like it really is about the main character and her like getting out of the most awful situation and finding herself again, and then of course them falling in love. It's really like I actually rated it 4 stars. I was pretty engaged. Like it's very triggering though, so you should look at trigger warnings because like crazy stuff you have, like crazy stuff. But I was just like, I don't know. It just kept me engaged. But I will say a little, some of it was like, really? But maybe that was the point. Maybe that was the point. But overall, 4 stars. Then I picked up another one randomly, came across because I was trying to read some more Black romance, and this one is called The Probability of Us. Gave it 3 stars. It was kind of like, it was giving, it had potential, but just fell flat for me. But basically, it was giving academics romance, forbidden love. Like she was the teacher assistant or graduate assistant, and he was a student. So it's like, okay, like that. But honestly, the forbidden part of it really, I don't think it really mattered. Like the tension for that gave nothing. So honestly, it was just like them, um, or her really fighting against love for a specific, like for various reasons, and him like still just being around like Poppy Hilarious and like just keeping drawn to each other. But it was very repetitive, and I was just like, okay. I was expecting a little more, especially when you throw in like forbidden romance. I just want a little bit more tension, and I felt none of that. I was just feeling like, all right, girl, like you're saying y'all can't be together, but you're with him every second. Like, okay. Um, oh, am I? Oh, I think I did finish the third book of my physical TBR. Wow, I forgot that I finished Heavenly Bodies. Is that a good thing or bad thing that I forgot that I read this? Heavenly Bodies, 4 stars. I rated it. I actually enjoyed it. It's romantasy. There's another book. I think it's gonna be 3 books in the series, but yeah, I had a good time in there. I was like, it's been a while since I was like feeling a romantasy, and I do love romantasy, but the books lately just don't be doing what I need them to do. But this one was giving more that direction, so that's why I rated 4 stars. I was pretty engaged with it. Yeah, I feel like something about it was just like okay. It maybe because it was so long and I felt like they started to get repetitive. I think that was kind of thing. But yeah, the only thing I would say is the enemies to lovers part once again is not quite enemies to lovers like I want it to be. Like y'all low key was feeling each other from the beginning. Like y'all didn't really hate each other, even though they're from different kingdoms. So like they're supposed to hate each other. It's just one day I'll have that that fantastic enemies to lovers. Then I picked up Vicious Bonds, which also I was happy to find it's a completed series, so I want to finish that. Gave that 4.25. It just had me because it was again a black female lead. And the main guy was like giving P blinders, was giving Thomas Shelby. If you know, you know. And I was just loving it. Now, some of the world building, I was like, huh? It wasn't making sense to me at times, but I did find it very interesting. But yeah, also Fated Mates, I also just like eat that up every time. So yeah, she basically was drawn into another world that's similar to Earth. Um, and she's like, what is going on? And the main character is like, I'll help you get it back to your world, because he's like, leave me alone. But they keep being drawn to each other because they're fated mates, okay? And they're fighting against it, but you can't deny fated mates, right? So there's a whole journey. Of course, there's like them trying to figure out how to get her back, and then other things are revealed because there's a lot of politics basically in this world, how it's set up. So yeah, and it ends on a cliffhanger, of course. So I got into that second book ASAP. I really did enjoy that one. And then I did pick up another Kennedy Ryan book called Real. So it's a Hollywood Renaissance series, which the second book I believe comes out in the springtime. But I did really enjoy this one. I gave it 4 stars overall. I had a great time with it. It was basically like this director was looking for a main character for his movie, which is like kind of like a huge, like he's a well-known director, but this was gonna be like a really like big deal of a movie, because he was like telling a story of a real life person in Black history who was a musician and like showing her life and everything. So he like really wanted the character to be correct playing that, and then he ends up finding this girl who was on Broadway as understudy, who's like amazing, and of course like he casts her, and so it's like the journey of like them doing that movie, and then also like finding love. But there's other stuff in there that gets a little like heavy too. So it was actually pretty good. I'm starting to understand the way Kennedy Ryan writes her books. I think just before I like go, that little series did not work for me, but I do like this world of Hollywood Renaissance. I feel like the other one I think came before, like the long shot was like her first series before, like before I let go and stuff. That one I don't know if I can continue on because it was so intense. Like I enjoyed it, but also it was so intense. I don't know if the rest of us like that, and I don't know if I want to go through all that again of the trauma. But the trauma in the real was a little bit different. So I can handle that. So I want to read that next book that's coming out. I think it's called Score. So yeah, enjoyed that. Nice romance. It had good moments, even though one character just really irritated me. But that's real life sometimes. It really is. The book that I'm in the middle of that I may or may not finish is called One and Only. It's kind of a little bit of magical realism. I got as my book of the month pick in February, and basically her family has this like gift for generations, helping people find like the one person for them to marry. Like they have like a high success rating because of the family abilities, which that's where the magic realism comes into place, but like no one knows it. Anyway, of course, she's waiting for her person and he hasn't shown up yet. But then she meets this other guy who also is younger than her because she's a little bit older. And I do enjoy a good age gap romance. And yeah, we'll see how things unfold. It's like funny and also like reflective and stuff. So I'm enjoying it so far. Will I finish it before February is over? Maybe, maybe not. So, but those are the 8 books that I read in the month of February. And yeah, I think it was like a pretty successful month. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said at the beginning of the year, like starting off strong with my reading goal. But anyway, as always, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you guys in the next video.